Hi, anyone who happens to be listening to this. This is a comic book haul video that I am doing to post to the CBSI discussion forum website. Specifically because I've happened to find a lot of really nice stuff lately, and I want to share it. First, you can see I have a little stack of books here. These are just the ones to start with. Everything except for this little stack right here, which I'll get to in a second, was purchased for $1 or $2. So this is kind of a budget comic haul video. This little stack were purchased for a little bit more. Each of them, I'll go over those. They're not even the best books. So I'll start with this little stack here. I think I got most of the Wolverine ones out here. This is a Wolverine 80. Used to be a hotter book than it is now, but I bought this one because I already have this. I have a really nice copy, but I don't have a newsstand. It's a really nice copy too, and it's a newsstand variant. So I wanted to pick that up. This is a Wolverine. It's a 99 annual with where he fights with Deadpool. It's been picking up value due to the Deadpool match. I don't think it's very easy to find. I wish it was a newsstand also, but it's a direct edition. I think this was $1. This one was $1 also. This one I think was $2, but this one's also a newsstand, which is the reason I got in. It's an early Wolverine, and it's damn near perfect. It really is. It really is. Like, even all the corners are really crisp. I don't know if you can catch that. They're kind of blurry, but they really are. You can take my word for it. Maybe, but yeah, I mean, for a newsstand in this age, this is when the newsstands were, I think, getting a lot rarer than the earlier, where the direct editions were actually rare when they first came out than the newsstands were in the early 80s. This is the early 90s, I think. So this was getting to be 89, late 80s. Getting to be where that newsstands were getting rarer. This is a first Thunderbolts. This is a bit out of place because there's a couple other Hulk books, I think, coming up that I have two. At least one other Hulk book. Actually, two other Hulk books that I have found together. This one I'd found earlier. And the place where I've been finding these Hulk books, I found this one for, I think, $2. Keeps putting them out, and it's the guy seems to have a pretty almost complete run with just the main keys missing, with a couple exceptions. He didn't have a 340 or I think a 330, but there's some other really nice ones in there that were actually earlier than that. I'll get to those later. This one was a good pickup though. It's pretty much perfect also. This was a Invincible Iron Man 66. It's a pretty good issue. It's not a great issue, but it's more of one of the minor standouts from around that time, with the exception of course, the 55, which is a huge standout. And this is a great standout. Iron Man, the 128. It is beat up, but I purchased it for, I believe, $1 was what I got this for. I think I paid $1 for this one as well. So you can't really go wrong there. It's pretty phenomenal just to find that for $1, even if it is beat up. But here's the ones that I paid more than $1 for. But this is more of a haul video about books that costed like $1 or $2, because those are the ones I really hit out of the park in the last week or two. Is like really got me like back on the hunting train, so to speak. You know, I really am into it right now, and when you see what I've been finding, you'd be into it too. So just keep watching. These are the more expensive ones, and they're not as good a deal. This one's actually pretty much pretty decent deal. I paid $3 for it, and it is pretty much perfect. It's for a book of this age to be this nice. It's pretty rare to find So I think that was a good pickup. I also happened to find some others over there that were actually a little less, the DC ones. They're pretty, there's a couple over there that are almost perfect too, but there's none that were quite as perfect as this, I think. This is a really nice one. I'll probably get this graded in the future, perhaps. Maybe it might, it might have a little problem with the corner, but still, it's still a really nice copy. This is the one I kind of almost kicking myself for paying $4 for, because I didn't even notice that it had this bit of damage up here, and it's right on the front cover. That's the kind of thing where you look at the normal areas of a book, and you see those, you see the spine, and you kind of don't notice in certain areas, because you see the spots that look good that you look at first, and if those look good, you kind of are blind to everything else. And I didn't even think about it until I'd already bought it and was looking at it, bringing it home. But I mean, $4, it's still a pretty good deal. I think it's not a great deal, but still, I'd say it's still like an $8 book, even with that damage there, you know. And I think these are the kind of books that are going to be going up. It's got a cool cover. I think it's got Valkyrie on the cover, which is cool. It's got the Defenders, or the old Defenders, but it does have Luke Cage. It's got a lot of nice little cast of characters. It's a cool cover too. It's a king size annual 1. I think that helped it too. I don't think they made quite as many of these king size annuals, and I don't know if they held up as much. I think these got read more. It's hard to find ones with decent spines, and at least the spine is nice, which I think is what I was looking at to begin with, the spine and the corners. I didn't even notice that, but it's one of those things that mistakes I still make sometimes, you know. I did it with a brand new book too. I think it was the Marvel Rock and Roll cover, the Nevermind homage. It looked perfect, and I noticed right in the middle of it had a huge bend. It's been sitting in between a whole bunch of books, really tightly packed in there, hoping it'll like smooth that out, because it's not really a crease yet. It's more of a bend. But the other two here are the ones I paid a little bit more for. This one I paid $10 for. It's a pretty nice copy. I think it's got a tiny little tear on the back cover, which hurts it a little bit. But still, for $10, Iron Man 14, it's a pretty nice copy. I think these things are getting harder to find. All the old books, they're getting harder to find. People want more for them now, especially ones that have nice covers and are still, I mean, there's not a crease on the front cover. It's a pretty nice copy still, even with a tiny little tear on the front and the little crease there. This one's not quite as nice, but still a nice book. It's probably a slightly better book. Fantasy 470. Got it for $8 actually, and I believe the back cover actually is nicer on this one too. So it just has that little thing. I don't think there's anything else really wrong. It might have a little tiny. It's got a little chipping on the edge too. But those are the ones I paid the most for. But that's not really what this whole video is about, because those are, those are the kind of books I kind of like would have been able to find for that price a couple of years ago, almost anywhere. But they're getting harder to find for anywhere under like $15, $20, even $30 plus in good shape when you find them at the cons and at conventions and anywhere I'm going lately. With the exception of my LCS, which occasionally gets them at a good price, but I'm going to be buying a couple of keys tomorrow, hopefully. I'll be paying up for those. DC Comics Presents 26 and ASM 135. Hopefully they'll both still be there because there's a Black Friday sale, and I'll get some extra goodies for paying over $100, and I think I'll be getting both of them for like $125 for both. They're both pretty nice too, so excited about that. But that's just talking to myself when I'm getting this organized and not too much information. But sometimes I like to put it out there into the world when it has a better chance of becoming reality. It's one of my little superstitions, tell someone about it, and usually it'll end up happening. So this one is those little ones I found with the other book there, the Journey into Mystery from Volume 2. This is I House of Mystery, number 232. And this one's actually pretty nice, and I really like this cover. I paid $2 for this. This one's also, I really love the cover. It's a House of Mystery 235, and I just love the damsel in distress and the raven. It's a cool cover. It's got a couple conditioners, including the date stamp there. I don't mind date stamps as much as I used to. This one's also another one I found at the same time. They had a set out there pre-Halloween at a used bookstore I frequent right near my house. It's a House of Secrets. I'm confused with House of Mystery. This is a 147, a decent issue. And there's details about a contest on how I can be in the Superman movie, which dates this. As does the price, but it is in pretty nice shape. I mean, that's why I bought these, because for the most part, except for the one with the cover I love, the 235, they're pretty nice. They're all really nice. The other one's not quite as nice, but it's still nice. Here's one I just bought because I love the cover. I got it for $1, I think. Or maybe $2. No, $1. It was definitely $1. But at a used record store, and I never knew this cover existed, but I love it. I think I posted a picture of this somewhere else at some point. But yeah, Hercules is telling Thordy, get out of the way. And it's got some cool dialogue on there. It's a nice cover. I think it's sweet. Here we're getting into starting to almost get into the real cool ones. After we get into these I think I got all for $1 each. Superman Family Giant. This is a pretty cool one. Nothing special about these issues. They're mostly just issues that I think will basically just go up just because they're older DC books, and all the older stuff I think is getting a little bit harder to find. People are buying it up, not willing to part with it as easily as they were. And 4-star Spectacular number 4. This is Superman Family 210. The only one that really stands out of these is this Superman Family 211, which this is the original Batman and Catwoman wedding. So, yeah. They've been married before, apparently. I didn't actually know that this original marriage happened, but apparently it did. Maybe the current one will make this book pick up a little steam. But either way, just cool books to have for $1 each. You can't really, couldn't really pass those up. This one I also paid, I think, $2 for, maybe even $1. This is when the books start to get a little bit better. It's a Green Lantern 89. It's a Neil Adams cover. I think it's might have been one of the last Neil Adams covers that he did from this run, and it's a cool cover. It's got this hippie crucifying himself on a plane like Jesus. It's a pretty cool cover. And a hell of a book to find for $1 or $2. Next one, Incredible Hulk 250. On this one for $2. I guess starring the Silver Surfer. I love this cover. I think it's awesome. It's in pretty decent shape because these, I mentioned this before, these flat spined books don't really hold up that well. When you read them, they often like messed up that spine. It would be flaking or coming apart, or the worst case scenario is when the kid would put tape on it, try to keep it together better. But this one doesn't look like it's been read too much. I mean, it hasn't been impeccably taken care of. It's got a little bit of a waviness to it. It could use a press, I think, really. But other than that, it's got nice corners. The back is nice. It's a good book. It could press up to a pretty high grade, I think. And come to these three beauties. These are all also very nice. Could also be 9/8 candidates in their own rights. So for this one, which actually has a tiny little, and which also could use a pressing because it does have a little bit of a bend. I hadn't even noticed that until I got it into this light. All the others are pretty much perfect. I mean, that one's absolute. I don't see a flaw on the 14. And the 1, 2 is pretty nice too. And this one, I had seen a little bit of a bit with the spine kind of bends down on the edge, so I knew it wasn't perfect. But I didn't notice that until I got it into this light hitting it from this angle. And I'm wondering if that is just light. But no. That's definitely somewhat of a bend, not a crease yet. But that could use a definite pressing. But still cool, because I bought all of these, I think were $2 each. May have been $1, but they're either $1 or $2, and really cool books to find for that much. Aren't even the best. The best are the top 3 that I'm coming up next. They're the coolest, the awesomest books that I've found in a while. You know, any bargain, but I think I paid $2 each for all 3 of them. And yeah, let's get to those right now. They've kind of renewed my faith that some really great stuff is out there and to be found still. First is probably the most believable that you'd find it in like a bargain bin, because not many people know this book is valuable. It's Batman Gotham Adventures 45. It is a Darwin Cook Rogue Gallery cover, and it's awesome. I love this cover. I wish it was the newsstand variant, but it's in very good shape. It's got a little bendy on the back cover corner, so it's not a 9/8. Just on the very corner, it's not very big, nothing major, but it is creased, it is color breaking, I believe, or it's almost color breaking, so, hurts it a little, but still, it's a hard book to find. It's an amazing cover. It's, yeah, it's just awesome. I love the book. It's damn hard to find, especially in a high grade, and even with the little bendy on the back, I really think I'm over exaggerating it. It was pretty small, and I was hoping it might even press out by having it the right way in the holder for long enough. But either way, it's a really great book. It still is like a 9.2 at the worst, you know. Great book, love to have it, and first of the top 3 of these books. The second one is a newsstand. Here's a newsstand. And when a newsstand actually meant something, I think this book came out in, usually they have a little date here. Or if we'll put the date somewhere. There it is. You probably see what the book is. It book came out. I think it's 90? 91, I can't see it in this one, but it was 91, 92-ish, I think. This is the first appearance of War Machine. It's a awesome cover, an iconic cover. It's one of my favorite covers, actually. I have this next to one of my lenticulars. I actually bought 2 of the lenticulars for this cover, and I'd like to get another copy as well, actually. 9.8 perhaps. It might grade this one as well. I don't know if don't think it'll be a 9.8, but I mean, that's a newsstand. I think it'll get a pretty good grade. I think it's got a little dingy right there that's color breaking. We'll keep it from the 9.8 no matter, even if a press, I don't know if a press will help it that much. Even a press will help it a little, but I don't know if it'll help it that much. But the big one I found, I couldn't believe when I found this, is Incredible Hulk 271. I found this for $2. It's not a completely perfect copy. It's got a little problems with the corners. It's got a little tiny rip right there. I don't know if you can see it, which is really, it's right above the G. So I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see. Yeah. It's small, and you kind of have it pushed up right, it's almost invisible, but it's there. It's a little rip, but that's really all that's wrong with it. And then the corners, it's a pretty nice copy. Not even any real spine nicks on it. Maybe one I saw. One small one. Yeah, buying that for $2 is a. I never thought I'd find this for $2, but I saw a bunch of Hulk books, and I saw like they should have had this one if I should be there if they have everything from like $229 to or $225 to like $298. They seem to have almost every issue between those two, so I figured it could be there, and I looked, and found it. It was very happy moment for me. Did the whole jump in the air, punch in the sky thing. But yeah, really cool book. Really great last couple weeks for me. I think this book I found a little further back, as well as the Iron Man 66. But really, all these have been found within the last month. And all were $1 or $2, except for the couple I told you, which were the two older books, and can't remember which other one. There's one of those a little more. I think it was the Journey into Mystery. But yeah, thank you for watching. You guys enjoyed this. Now I have to put these books back. Some of them are back on display in my little sections here. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving, happy hunting to you all, and hopefully I'll be posting another awesome video soon, because we'll be finding more cool stuff, and hopefully you guys will too. Alright, peace.